welcome to Raymond James Stadium, the big pirate ship in Tampa, Florida. The final chapter of a long season for these two squads in the Gasparilla Bowl. It's the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Oregon Ducks. Alongside David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
I caught up with the Ducks head coach before the game. Coach is using a great motivational tactic in the locker room with his team. He told me this is the best game outside of the playoffs in this postseason. And challenging our guys to put on a show for our fans. They want to make sure people know we will be in the playoff next year. And that motivation all starts here today with a terrific top 25 matchup. Back to you.
All right, Holly. The Buckeyes offense will go on the attack first. And standing in the way is one of the best defensive lines in the country.
And this offense is going to have their hands full, and especially this offensive line. And it's not just this year. Like, you watch this group, they're dominant, they're physical. Like, they're gonna make you earn everything you get. But it seems like with this program, Palmer, it's year after year after year. Plug and play, next guy, physical, fast, disruptive defensive linemen.
Yeah, they've set a standard. I think at that position, at this school, when you look around college football, they're always dominant up front. They're able to recruit a specific athlete tailored to their style of defense and attacking. And it doesn't matter what year it is, who the opponent is, this D-line creates a lot of problems, and they're living in the backfield. When you can run routes like this big guy, you can line him up in the slot. You can give him some extra space to work and just let him find the open holes over the middle of the field. It's a good idea to line him up in different spots to help him out, but he's a big part of this passing game. You saw why there.
Hands it off on the counter. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Julian with the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
The Buckeyes have this offense rolling. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. It'll be a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
The play action fake. Taken in by Smith on the right side. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up and a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Look out, maybe a crease. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Ducks offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. They'll be matched up against one of the best secondaries in the country.
And this matchup is going to be so much fun to watch because this defense, they're really, really good. And they like to take away what you do best. And a lot of times that means focusing on your number one guy. Palmer, here's a problem. There's two in this offense. So I can't wait to watch how they handle both of these guys that can make big plays and what answers they try to come up with.
I think that's the big question, right? Because it's really hard as a defense to double two guys. And I think if you're on offense here, you want to try and change the picture, change the formation and alignment, use motion, try and confuse this defense, or at least force them to communicate to get the matchups they want to get. I think there's opportunities in this offense today with these two big-time targets outside to make some plays, but they got to be versatile, and they got to try to be as multiple as they can.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Dante Moore with the catch. It's Stewart. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
Well, I know at the end of last year, a lot of people were wondering what was going to happen with Dante Moore. Was he going in the draft? People were talking about him being the first overall pick after that blowout loss in the playoff to Indiana. He decided to come back, and no one is happier than Dan Lanning at Oregon and the fans. And by the way, this quarterback room now, David, loaded. Of course, they got Dylan Raiola from Nebraska as well.
Yeah, and Dante Moore, to me, like, does he take that next step? And you saw flashes of Dante Moore where it's great. Like, it is elite of elite. The Iowa game a year ago, when you needed it, had to have a play he can make. Can he continue to be that guy consistently and not to make some of those mistakes? Because there is no denying this dude's talent. It's upper echelon level. It's first-round draft pick type stuff.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. From the gun on third down, Dante Moore. Out of the backfield, he's open. He won't get there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake, check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was two guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Makes his man miss. Gain of right at 7 yards, 2nd and 3 coming.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And the Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Oh, he wants it all. He's got it! And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Wide receiver comes in motion. Play fake, Julian Sayin. Fires left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant wide receiver the ball as often as possible, but I wouldn't try to get it to him in double coverage. I think you have to let the defense's coverage dictate who gets the ball. There was somebody else open on that play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Nice move there. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29. Coming to the line, looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 29. Keeps it himself. He stopped short of the first down marker, but there is a flag, and that looked like a clear face mask to me.
Personal foul,
It's been said over and over, you have to protect players' head and neck area. This penalty, so important at the college level. Say it. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Pulls it on the option. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeye! And they take it in for 6 more points. Effective offense leading the way here in establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Moore. Grabbed over the middle. It's Stewart. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give them some confidence. That hopefully shifts the momentum their way a little bit. But they've got to cap this off now with a touchdown cut into their opponent's lead.
A really nice job by the quarterback putting some extra heat on that throw. As a defensive back, I'm going to drive to that curl, try to get there really quick to try to break up the pass. But when the QB puts it that hard on the money with that much accuracy, really hard route to defend.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Moore to the air. Here's a heat. Took a shot as he threw.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, because he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Again, it's Moore. Pucks it out of the air. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Grab behind the line. It's Johnson. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. That can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
Got his man to the left. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the second quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the second half.
On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Open on the right side, that's Smith. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. Sayed. Complete on the left to Smith. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Ohio State calls its second timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Scanning the field, it's Sayed. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in, it's Smith. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Man, it's players over plays, isn't it? Like, find your guys, find your matchups. They keep finding him on this drive, and he keeps delivering. That's a really good job by the play caller. Don't try to get tricky. Don't try to outsmart yourself. Your guy is better than his guys.
The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. He goes right back to the air. Under fire. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
You'd like to see this offensive line do a better job protecting their quarterback when he's in the pocket when they're in these empty sets. It's going to be a lot of man-on-man up front, and that time the defense won.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Here's Sayed to throw. Pocket breaking down. Had to get rid of it quickly.
And the clock has to go off for the QB on that play, right, guys? I mean, you've got to get rid of the ball a lot sooner. You're in an empty set. You only got 5 guys up front trying to block for you, and they can't hold on forever. Quarterback's got to be better.
And it's third down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. You see this kicker not only needing to generate power, but lining it up from the left hash. A 59-yard try coming. Thought he had it and couldn't get it through the uprights. He missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Moore will throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Reese, talk about an edge of your seat type first half. This Gasparilla Bowl has lived up to expectations. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the second half.
The Buckeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with a bowl win.
Yeah, and I think you look at bowl games, sometimes there's a little bit of rust in the first half. That's what you talk about at halftime now. We get the ball, we're down. Let's go make a statement to start this second half. We're here, we're ready, we're going to do some damage.
And here's the thing, they're in this bowl game because they're explosive on offense. It takes only one play. There's still lots of football left to be played. If they get this confidence going, they get into a rhythm, watch out.
Throwing Moore. With the catch, it's Stewart. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
Hey, man, I want to see more of that. Like, I want to see more of this offense being aggressive, taking shots, shots on early downs. It doesn't have to be run, pass. Like, being a little bit more diverse. They've struggled today to find big plays. That's a big one there.
Using his legs, it's Hill. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Motion from the wide receiver. Moore to the air. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Here's Moore to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Gets the toe down, but didn't go forward at all. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Moore from the gun on third down. Under fire. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Didn't get nearly enough done on third down. He's brought down at the 31-yard line.
And that's really a lot of what we saw in the first half by this defense. We knew coming into the football game, man, this guy's got dynamite. Like, he's got the explosive ability to make plays, throwing the football and running. And kudos to this defense. They've been dialed in, locked in, not giving up the big plays on the ground, understanding he's a threat, and playing him like that.
No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
Throwing, say it. Got his man on the right. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Running inside, it's Jackson.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Over the middle, it's Smith. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down.
And what a great job by the QB, man. Seeing the blitz, understanding I got to get the football out of my hands as soon as I possibly can, and he puts it on the numbers to his receiver where he can get those yards after the catch. Great timing, but more importantly, great job seeing what that defense was doing and getting rid of the football.
Got a little grass. Maybe a touchdown-saving stop gets him out of bounds at the 5. First and goal coming up.
Now, these offenses that are built for late-game situations, when you get later in the football game and you have the lead, and you got a guy that you can hand it to like him that keeps making plays over and over again, man, does it start to put a lot of pressure on the defense for them to be super aggressive and bring a lot more bodies near the line of scrimmage.
Here's Julian Sayin to throw. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you scored. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. We take just a minute to look at the stats as they are threatening to put this one away. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. More play action. Makes the grab. It's Davison. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Davison. Makes it past the marker. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it, and right now he's doing some damage on this defense.
He's got it down the middle. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Dante Moore, bringing the heat, makes the grab. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Well, you got to think here offensively that you may have 2 more possessions in this game. You can still win, but you've got to be aggressive. You've got to start taking shots vertically down the field, throwing to your best players.
The Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. Moore will throw. Unloads to the right. He's got it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Oregon. The Ducks with the answer.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. The give as they work on that clock. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Quarterback running on the draw. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Now Oregon will call it 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Gets the back moving. Say it. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive. Final timeout taken here by the Ducks. They'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. And the Buckeyes will punt this one away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. They'll field this one in tight quarters. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. pulls and fires complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Moore. That's caught. It's Stewart. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
When you run those routes, those curl routes just like that, those DBs are going to break when you go to throw the football. So you better put that thing on a line, and the QB did there. Put it on a line. Great job, great catch. First down.
See what they dial up on 1st and 10. Moore to the air. Finds the tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
So now it's 2nd and long. Pressure coming. And it's a sack.
You know, for this quarterback late in the game, you just need to have a better concept of the situation. You can't take sacks at this juncture. And I know that the play gets thrown off, the timing's off, and you're forced to roll out. But if nobody's open, either run the ball, get what you can, get out of bounds, or throw that thing away. Can't take negative plays at this point.
Here's a throw downfield late. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
And it's now or never. It's do or die for this offense. 4th down, late in the game, trailing. They absolutely have to connect and move the chains right here. This thing's over.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Moore to throw for it on 4th down. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. And I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Throwing Moore. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Moore will throw. It's complete to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, I know it's early in the drive, and you're just trying to get completions and get the drive going, but this is 2 minutes, and you're trailing. I mean, you've got to take some shots down the field and be a little bit more aggressive, put some pressure on this defense.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. In the gun on 3rd down, Moore. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory, and now threatening to get the score. And perfect situational awareness there. Get the first down. Don't get greedy. Stop the clock.
Yeah, and that's why this team practices these types of 2-minute situations all week long leading up to games so that everybody's on the same page. That receiver did an awesome job getting out of bounds to try to preserve as much clock as possible.
Moore to the air again. Makes the catch. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.